it's like Kenya is a criminal crime, and the people is so kind, so welcoming, and guys, everyone. When I got off the plane, the first thing the lady told me, she said, "Welcome home. Congrats, mom. Big up the congrats, mom." I, she put up her hand to greet me, and I said, "I don't shake hands. I hug." And that's what I do. I hug ladies. I live in the United States, but that's not home. That's not home. That's where I reside.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. And of course, I told you we are in Nyabuhanze. Right over here, it's a villa, and today it's a big day. And finally, we have one of Marwa's good friend. He will tell us where he come from, and first of all, he will introduce himself. Then we will continue. How are you?
I'm good.
How are you doing?
I'm super.
How are you feeling to be in Kenya?
First of all, do you want me to speak in Swahili?
You can speak Swahili or English.
I don't know.
You
I really don't know it.
Okay.
I'm messing around. My name is Stefan. My YouTube channel is I Am Stefan. I was born and raised in Anguilla, as you can see on my
Angola?
shirt. Anguilla.
Inkwela.
Anguilla.
Anguilla.
Okay. So it's one of the smallest, most northerly islands. 35 square miles, 33 white sand beaches. Some of it got a little tint of pink, but we are like Kenyans. Very resilient, beautiful, proud, and strong people.
Do you know any, before we continue, do you know any word in Swahili, or maybe I can teach you a few of Swahili words?
A few. Kuna Matata,
Uh-huh.
Asante, and I know a few more, but it's not jogging my memory right now.
And karibu? What is the meaning of karibu?
Caribou is, I believe, you're welcome.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, do I get a check mark for that?
It's a 10 over 10, I guess.
It's 10 over 10.
10 over 10. Okay, I can deal with that.
And maybe can you tell us a little bit of how you knew Marwa? Maybe your friendship with him up to date. Right now you're here in Kenya because of him. Yeah.
Actually, I've been following Marwa for years. The first time I saw Marwa, he was in Bogota, Colombia. I think it was Colombia. I'm not sure if it was Bogota. And he was missing a tooth. I don't know if you guys knew that, if you guys follow him back then. And he had less than 1,000 subscribers. And
You started following Marwa a long time ago.
I believe
When was that?
2017. And I was intrigued with him because I'm like, this guy is on camera, on television, with a missing tooth, and he did not let that slow him down. And he worked diligently every single day, learning Spanish. And I don't know how hard Spanish is to compare with Swahili. To me, it's hard. And I just was not infatuated, but intrigued, his work ethic. And I've been following him ever since. And I finally met him prior to my birthday this year in September. And it's been love ever since. But I have been following him for a while.
So it has been a milestone since you started following him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I met Marwa, I had 514 subscribers. And right now I like 2,400. The crazy thing about it is I only put up one video introducing myself to the world, and I have not been able to put up another video. There was always an obstacle. I went through two different computers, two different style computers, Apple and Hewlett Packard, and wasn't able to put nothing up, no data. And I've been recording for 3 months, actually more than 3 months. And I said, you know what, I'm not gonna stress myself about it. And even though it stresses me out that I can't get it, and I normally a tech savvy kind of guy, and I say when I go there, I will sit with Fine and Ian, and I will get my videos up and out. And I spoke to Ian yesterday, and Ian was like, I got you. So me and Ian is gonna sit down today and get some info out there and get some videos up there for you guys.
So you were saying you got like, let's say 2,000 views overnight after just doing an introduction video with I Am Man.
Absolutely.
Wow.
How did it make you feel?
Yeah.
Oh, I felt I was on top of the world. I was on top of the world. And like I said, I kind of felt bad that Marwa went out his way to, push me, and I didn't
nothing. You're
then
just there.
that's just there. And like I said, I got frustrated every time I get an error, and I walk away just to stay calm.
But now you have decided you are going to do it now.
Absolutely. Like I said, I have content,
Yeah.
3 months worth of content, and I travel more than 40 countries. And it's just time to get my information. And I am 100% pleased to be in Kenya.
And what pushed you to come in Kenya right now, especially this festive season? Maro has a party, he's celebrating his birthday, and also opened the home. Maybe what pushed you to decide to come and visit Maro? And of course, is it your first time maybe to be here?
No, this is my third time in Africa.
Okay.
But Mawa asked me, he said, bro, I need you to be at my party. And I said, no problem. But then the obstacles started. I had an issue with my passport, and I wasn't able to get into the country. I purchased a ticket, but I couldn't go ahead and commit to an e-visa. They wouldn't allow me because my passport expired from the time I landed less than 6 months. So I basically was on hold, and I was wondering, should I go ahead and pause this trip? And I could hear it in Marwa's voice. He was very, very disappointed. And I was like, man, I kind of felt bad. So one day I was talking to a friend of mine in St. Martin, and she said, why you sound so? I said, because I can't go to Kenya. And she said, why? I said, I have issues with my passport. She said, all right, hold on a second. She come back on the phone and said, take this guy's number. He's in Miami, and call him right now. Guys, I call him. But before I call him, they said expedited passport takes between 5 and 7 weeks. And I'm like, I can't do that. So I didn't have no choice but to cancel. So I called up the gentleman, and he said, all right, come to my office tomorrow. Come today. I said, I can't, because it was like in the middle of the day. So I said, I will be there at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And I jumped in my car and I went. And guys, 3 days later, I had my passport. 3 days. He told me it's going to take 2 weeks. And then I went on a Wednesday. Then on the following Wednesday, I'm like, it's a week. I didn't get an email stating that it was processed. So I was like, oh man, stomach is just nervous. And so I called him and I said, hey, did they process it? He said, what are you talking about? He said, the passport has been in your mailbox since Friday. I said, Friday? That was 2 days after I applied. So I kind of felt bummed out, and I was relieved. So I felt better. So now I went to go do my e-visa, and there's a company called, maybe I shouldn't call the name, but I'm going to call them, Sherpa. So when I went ahead to look for a Kenya visa, it said, oh, it's going to take 2 weeks. Another obstacle. And then it was $54 for the e-visa and $54 for the processing fee. And I'm like, this is robbery. But because I was thinking it was Kenya government. And I went ahead, and I finally got my passport now. So I went ahead and I request to Sherpa, and they said, oh, you have to contact the government of Kenya. I said, but I thought I was. So I contacted them. The e-visa turned out to be $51.
Not 54.
Not 54, but there was no processing fee. And I got approval in 2 days. But the reason why, like I said, I knew about the government of Kenya, because Sherpa told me, you have to go to them because there's not enough time for them to respond. Because there's a third party. They send it out to the government of Kenya, and the Kenya government respond to them, and then they respond to me. So I didn't realize that was a third party. I thought that was the official site. So I beat that obstacle as well. And I am here today in Kenya, and I am glad I made that decision to come to Kenya.
And what do you love about Marwa, for your fans or our fans to know? Up to right now, you'd say to come. What do you love about him? Something you love about Marwa?
Marwa is a philanthropist. Marwa give and give and give and give. And I'm like, you guys know that the height of Marwa. I'm a big guy. And Marwa is a lot smaller than me. But for a person to be such of a small stature and have such a big heart, man, He's always giving, giving, giving. Very courteous, very kind. And when I see this Villa Medellin on television, is like on YouTube, I'm like, man, what's the big hype? And I'm like, when I come here, I'll see, and I started like, it's not that big from this side. But when I was over there sitting, I'm like, oh, wait a second. This is like a mansion. And I was like, no wonder why he's always, running back and forth. And, he complained about the issues he was having, especially with the plumber. We all know the issues he had with the plumber. So, but I did not realize how big this compound and how big this building is. So, and I know a lot about construction. And I was shocked to see the size of this property.
Yeah, if maybe I could just take you back a little bit. You said that you have traveled to 40 different countries. I just want to know if maybe you have noted some difference between Kenya and other countries.
Well, I've been to 3 countries in Africa. Burundi. And there's a reason why I wanted to go to Burundi, which is known as the poorest country in the world.
Sure.
And I've been to Accra, Ghana. And Kenya. Ghana is beautiful. I mean, Burundi is on the bottom. Not to downplay Burundi. Kenya is on a whole different ball game. It's like Kenya is a criminal crime. And the people is so kind, so welcoming. And guys, everyone, when I got off the plane, the first thing the lady told me, she said, welcome home. And that really, really made me feel good. And everybody I speak to, even Marwas sent me a message a week ago, and he said, bro, I can't wait for you to come home. And I said, home? So he responded, laugh, and he said, Kenya. So when I got into the taxi, the guy said, welcome home. I spoke to Sentaki father, and he said, welcome home. So his mom, congrats mom, big up to congrats mom. She put up her hand to greet me, and I said, I don't shake hands. I hug. And that's what I do. I hug ladies. And so she said, welcome home. And the expression on her face was like, man, I am home. So,
And how does home feel so far?
I have 2 homes, Angola and Kenya. I live in the United States, but that's not home. That's not home. That's where I reside, but that's not home.
What's your favorite food here in Kenya? What do you love? Have you tasted ugali?
I did. And I really wanted to taste ugali on camera because there was so much hype. And I'm like, I said, man, I have to eat it. The first night, I said, I have to eat it. And it was like nearly midnight. Actually, it was midnight. And I was like, I know I have to stay up all night because it's going to be right now my stomach. So the first big piece of ugali, I put it in the other hand and I roll it, I squeeze it, and I'm like, all right, this is the way I see it. And I had spinach. So I dip the spinach in and eat it, and I'm like, interesting. I tasted this before. I tasted before. And I said, you know what? The next spoon, the next grab, I will eat it, and I realize what it is. We cook this in Anguilla. We call it corn fungi, but that's what it is. Our corn fungi is more yellow. It's like really, really yellow, like lemon. And but like I said, I realized I ate ugali or fufu before. We just call it by a different name.
The environment, the surrounding here. What have you noted maybe?
Is it conducive for you?
Yeah.
Are you loving the environment, the weather?
Especially the village life.
Oh, the weather? I wear short pants. I see a lot of you guys wear jackets. And I understand. Because in Anguilla, growing up in Anguilla, around Christmas time, it gets chilly. But during the rest of the year, it's 90 degrees. It's hot. It's really, really hot. But the climate here is beautiful. It reminds me of California weather. And like I said, I walk around barefoot and I earth. When I'm in Florida, when I'm in Anguilla, I don't wear shoes really. I walk my yard without shoes, barefoot. And that's how I grew up. As kids, we actually used to run on the sea rocks. and the sea rocks is really, really sharp, and we never got cut. So now I would not try it because I've been so accustomed to wear shoes for so long. It would slice me, it would shred me to pieces. But the climate is the number one thing. The greenery. I'm gonna go on record and say this. In the past month, it has been raining in Anguilla, but generally it does not rain a lot in Anguilla. So we conserve, and I told someone this earlier, we conserve water like we conserve money, most of us. But water is a great commodity because if it don't rain, we have to, we can't take a long shower at our leisure. We can't water our fruit trees, and our fruit trees is big for us because to buy fruits from a store is expensive because everything that is in Anguilla, most of everything is imported. So it's an extra cost to it. So, and we also have a new thing called GST, which is tax. And that is really hard on my people. So, and I hope they can reduce it, pause it at that rate for a while, not increase it. And I'm talking to you. You know who I'm talking about. And I do think that Anguilla has a great, how should I put it, a future ahead of her. We're doing a lot of great things with AI, and basically AI is artificial intelligence, but it also represents Anguilla. That's like the code. So, but Anguilla is my home, you know, and it's something I love.
Okay. Aside from ugali, have you tasted something else, or have you eaten something else that's Kenyan, maybe traditional Kenyan food?
I had chicken wings, and I think they call it Peju or Peru, something like that. I don't know the name, but it was delicious.
Yeah.
It was delicious. And the greens, I love vegetables. I haven't had any soup as yet, but hopefully I can get soup in another couple of days.
Yeah, sure.
But the fruits, I eat fruits every single day. And the pineapples is out of the world.
Okay. Lastly, you said that Kenya is your second home. Maybe do you have plans of having a home, a house, buying a house or a land, just to, let's say, relocate from your home to Kenya to stay here? Yeah.
I would not relocate. May have additional home, but it would be a small home. It will not be like this here. It will not be like this. And I like the vibe here. I like the energy. And the weather is beautiful.
Okay, we will talk to our fans. We know these guys will really feel nice seeing you here on our channels, and also tell them where we should find your content on your YouTube, also on Instagram, everywhere. Just shout out.
Actually, I have an Instagram, but I really doesn't use it because I get so much notifications all day, every day. I just log out and I haven't logged back in. But as far as my YouTube channel, guys, you hear the birds over there? This is Kenya. This is Africa. I have not been producing content because of my obstacles, but I will start today. And I want you guys to go and subscribe to me, to my channel. I am _Stefan. I am Stefan. And guys, go ahead and take me to the next tier. And I want to thank all of you for sitting down with me and, you know, getting Anguilla out there. I really appreciate it. And I have a crew in Anguilla and a t-shirt line called Them Damn Dogs. And Anguilla is an Anguilla-based brand. And guys, I want each one of you to interview me again, but in Anguilla.
Wow.
And I would like to see you guys in Anguilla. Next year is our 50th Carnival anniversary. So Carnival is 1 week of festivities. There's boat racing during the week, which is a national sport. And at night we have the King Show, the Queen Show, and the pageant shows and all that. Calypsonians come out and compete with new songs. And I would like you guys to have a stream live in Anguilla this year, and it's our 50th anniversary. So this is major, it's epic. And I would love to see Mayugano there, Sentake, I would love to see him there. And I would like to bring Kenya to Anguilla.
Wow. Thank you so much for your time. You're such an amazing person.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you next time again here on our channels. Of course, my name is Trudy Kitui. Yes, and I have...
And I am Dante from Culture Hub TV.
Thank you. But again, our festivities is August next year. So I expect you to see you guys there.
Hopefully.
I would love to see you guys there. I don't want to put too much pressure, but I would love to see you guys there.
Sure.
All right?
Thank you.
Enough love.
That is it for now, guys. See you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.